Can I just take a moment to say, wow, what an amazing piece of music Molly and Will gifted us with today. In Unitarian Universalism, we are particularly dedicated to the idea of shared ministry. Simply put, I may be your minister, but you minister to each other as well. And our musicians do that every Sunday. And so do others of you. On January 9th, just a couple of weeks ago, we had a beautiful service in the sanctuary led by Greg McDonnell, one of our Northwoods members. And in that service, he was joined by Hallie Moore, yet another member of Northwoods, who had some beautiful wisdom to share about breathing. Now, due to some microphone complications, if you were not in the sanctuary, you may have had a very hard time hearing what Hallie had to say. And so I asked her to come back today to share once again the much needed wisdom that certainly bears repeating. So thank you, Hallie.
Good morning. It's good to be here again. I'm always here. I love it. Today, if you noticed in the Beacon Bits, the title of the sermon is The Paradox of Stillness. And I'm not going to repeat what I did 2 weeks ago, but it will have an overlap because we're still talking about how one's own process, one's own breathing can eventually come to that point of stillness. And as Reverend Sarah said in the Beacon Bits at the introduction, she said, finding stillness is complicated. Oh boy. Oh boy, yes. But it might help if we take this concept of stillness and we put it in the spiritual context. And for all those little ones gathered around the screens, maybe some of the other words for stillness might help you understand what we're talking about here. It's a big thing to worry about. Not worry, but just understand, maybe aim toward. So sometimes talking about stillness, they use other words, and your folks might say, or your teacher might say, okay, you need a timeout. Or your grandma might say, let's have a quiet time. These are sort of like stillness, but not quite. They're not quite. Spiritual stillness is not just quiet. Spiritual stillness is not just sitting in a corner away from your buddies having time out. That kind of quiet is outside us. It's external. And often that kind of quiet is put on you. It's imposed on you. And it's probably not by your choice. Do you want a time out? Yeah, maybe. Do you want a quiet time? Yeah, I don't think so. So you might not want to have it happen. That's what I'm saying. So at other times, the stillness can be a choice. Yeah, you can decide to be still. And it might be a place that you want to go to. And as Reverend Sarah said, it's really hard to get to sometimes because there's a lot of noise in our lives. We've got car noise, we've got TV noise, we've got people telling us all the time what to do. We have mom and dad's cell phones buzzing just when we want to tell them something really important. It's a very noisy world. But I've been told, and I choose to believe it, that I have, and you have, a place inside of you that is not only quiet, but still. And that means no commotion, no wiggly agitation. It's just still. And I also choose to believe that I can figure out how to get to that place of stillness. It takes practice, but even the hard practice is worth it. So how do we do it? First, it helps to get out of the outside noise. So you can ask yourself, little guys, where do you like to sit? Where do you like to be quiet? In your room? In the backyard? Maybe a corner upstairs? Where can you stop the outside noise for a while? You can think about this place for later right now, but let's try finding stillness right here, all bunched up together, leaning into our screens. Okay, let's try it. So first of all, I suggest close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, breathe. Now you know how to do that. That's not hard. So take 1 or 2 breaths. Now here's a thought that makes it easier for you little guys. Pick your favorite color and put that color up on your inside screen. So you've got your eyes closed, but you've got your color screen up there. And what are you seeing? Unicorn pink? Fancy blue? Pick your screen, pick your color. All right, now here comes a little bit of the hard part. Just sit. Sit with your breath. Watch your color. Let any inside noise, notice I'm saying inside noise, any inside voices, that yakety yak, just let it go soft. Let it drop to a whisper. And if you can, tell that inside noise just to go away altogether. So you're going to sit. You're going to breathe. Not so tough. Sit and breathe. Okay, I'm going to ask you to pause a minute. You can come back to this as you wish. But we have a service to get through, so let me go on. I'm hearing some of you complain, like, this is hard. I've got lots of voices going on. Oh, the cat wants to get in my lap, whatever. So we don't have enough time to make this comfortable for you all. It takes years, honey buns. It takes years. But I want to encourage you and your busy parents to try sitting, to try being quiet, to stop the noisy voices inside. And if you allow me this, I'm going to close with a reading, a short reading, that tells you why you do this. Why you Unitarian Universalist scamps, you people out there trying to make the world a better place, why you do this. Okay, this comes from Eknatheshwaran. He says, you and I, when the mind is still, see that the mountains and the seas, the forests and the rivers, the animals and the birds, the trees and the plants, all nations, all races, all men and women and children are one. Once you see this in the silence of your heart, you will never be the same person again. You will return from this summit, this mountaintop of spiritual awareness, full of practical wisdom, passionate love, and untiring energy, which you will want to use for the benefit of all. Whew. Big reward. And you know what? Because I'm an old lady, I can say, I know you are all capable of finding this stillness. It's hard, but it's worth it. Thank you.